called away. Adriana,
Yes.
we're gonna begin our narration with you.
Okay.
So what happened was you you had gotten a phone call from your boss, Dr. Singh, at the CDC. Basically, he was like, he said, Adriana, I'm going to need you to come in and take a look at some of these samples you sent in from, you said from some homeless people that you were in, that I assigned you to investigate. You need to take a look at these.
I want to put
Oh.
out there that I did watch most of the session I did miss, so I do know what's going on now. Just saying.
Excellent.
That
All right.
explains the messages.
What? Huh? Did I say something about it?
Yes.
Oh, did you mean on I don't remember saying anything.
You said two things.
Oh, so on Twitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Then never mind. I remember that. Awesome.
I was having difficulty understanding what they meant.
Oh well, now you know.
Shh, it's
I thought
story
it was just
time.
on the video.
Guys.
It's story
Sorry.
time.
Making sure.
It's story
You're good.
time.
And Josh, I will give you a shiny dime if you never ever make that voice enough.
What's a dime? It's
It's a tiny silver American coin. They're good for throwing at people. I like it. All right. So, anyway, Adriana, you got called back to the CDC. You either took your car or a cab or an Uber or something there. Before, as they say back in the restaurant, the shit went down. So all right, you get there, and the message you got from Dr. Singh was around 4:30 p.m. You had just for some reason gotten it. Upon arriving, Dr. Singh is still in his office, and he's like, "Adriana, come in."
Hi, Dr. Singh. I'm so sorry for whatever reason your message didn't come through until just a little while ago. What's going on? You said that I needed to come take a look at those samples.
Yes, you do. He then shows you some printouts, and as a medical professional, you are familiar that there are 4 base nucleotides in all living things: adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine. However, some of the viral samples you got from the blood featured a 5th amino acid that is not found in nature. And he's like, "What do you make of that?"
You know, that is a really good question. Have we been able to determine what kind of amino acid? I know you say it's not in nature, but is it synthetic, or have you figured out anything about it?
It could be. We're trying to reverse engineer it and see if we can come up with what it is, what it might be. So, anyway, I was just letting you know.
Yeah, very good. I actually, let me take a look into this a little further, and let me see what else I can try to find out with it.
Okay. You know you have a lab set up at the Tremere Chantry.
Mm-hmm.
However, at this moment, which one of you was trying to call Adriana last time? Or it might have been just choose one of you other folks in the party.
Well, Kristoff was getting a brain scan.
Yes,
And everyone took his phone.
And it was actually an MRI.
Oh, sorry.
And what happened was they did find, for somehow, someone has implanted metal objects into Kristoff's optic nerves, and the blood isn't pushing them out of your body.
I swear,
Usually
I
if-
mean, like, how did they do that while both he and Creed were asleep? It's like masterful stealth there.
No, you're actually dead during the day, so it's not that hard.
I thought they were sort of asleep in a way, okay.
You can wake up, but, generally it's quite difficult.
Ah. Should have given him the light sleeper merit.
Yeah, well. All right, so anyway, you guys have now one of you can call Adriana if you wish. And because the signal for the cell phone was coming from the CDC building.
Okay, so
Oh,
Creech is not going to think about calling and probably trying to find a way to validate that money that he has.
Uh-huh.
So let's just say that's going on for me.
One
All
trap
right, so
mine.
You're trying to figure out how to launder that $7 million in drug
Yeah.
money
well,
that now
I thought that
someone
was
is looking
already-
for.
that was decided on how it was going to be laundered.
And incidentally, the case itself weighs about 85 pounds. $100 million or $1 million in U.S. Currency in $100 bills is generally weighs about 22 pounds. So
Okay.
That's very specific.
Jeez, I could not pick that up.
Hey, thank God it's in a rolling bag.
it is. That's why it was in a rolling bag.
So we're good. Like, Creed could do that. It's not that bad. I just need to figure out
Anyway,
how to do it.
They'll ring up Adriana.
Adriana, you get a call as Dr. Thing basically dismisses you. You get a phone call coming in.
Hello?
Yes, Adriana, it's Xander here. There seems to be something interesting going on at the CDC. Out of character. Remind me what happened.
Okay, basically, someone is using an app on Kristoff's very strange cell phone
That's going
to see through
inside the
Kristoff's
CDC.
eyes.
All right, that's it. Right, thank you. I was tired that day. Anyway, right, close bracket. There seems to be a signal coming from the CDC that is linked to Kristoff's phone, and they've implanted something into his eyes, and we can see what he's seeing via an app on his phone. We
That
need to
is-
know whereabouts in the CDC it's coming from.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm actually I'm at work at the moment, so here, hold on just a moment. Let me take a look at one thing. And so as I'm doing that, I was walking away from Dr. Singh, so I'm gonna go gather the material that he gave me and go over to my office.
Okay. Yeah, you
That way
go-
that way nobody can hear me.
Right.
Okay, sorry about that, Zach. I wanted to have a little bit more of a private conversation. So, so say this again. You said that there's a signal that's coming from this building, and there's something implanted in Kristoff's in his that you can see. What this is? What the hell?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that we have completed an MRI scan, and I can send over the information to you.
No, don't do that at the moment. Well, you said something that you could see what he's seeing on the app.
Yes, but there's an app. We click on it, and we're practically viewing from Christoph's eyes in first person, we can see everything he's seeing, which is kind of disturbing in some ways.
Yeah, very much so. How were you able to trace it back to the signal from the origination?
It was from. Oh God, where was it from? Now I can't remember. It was
go ahead.
the other app.
Yes.
Right. Where Am I app, is it? The Where
Mm-hmm.
Right. From another app on his phone called Where Am I?
Okay. That one I'm not familiar with. Okay.
And of course, his entire apartment was bugged, which Christoph believed was for quote unquote security reasons.
That's never getting old. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't think it is. Where are you at the moment?
We are in the Tremere Chantry in the laboratory.
Okay. I have some other interesting information. I tell you what, let me stay there. Let me come to you, so we can, talk a little freer and see what we can figure out. So give me just 20 minutes or whatever, and I'll be at the chantry. Okay.
Very well. I shall see you then.
So I gather all of the information for the samples that I have and hang up the phone. But I also want to take a quick look around my office to see if there's anything else that I could see that could be out of place.
Roll wits plus. Let me check your character sheet real quick. Yeah, it would be wits plus larceny. I know you don't have any larceny, but
Okay.
well, actually, no, wits plus awareness. That would work.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was about to say, I think larceny is more breaking into things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but larceny is also general spycraft and whatnot.
Ah,
Okay. What's the difficulty?
The difficulty will be 8.
Oh,
ooh, Lordy.
all right.
Because I'm tight.
Thank you. I hope that wasn't loud. I literally moved the mic away so it
You're
wasn't.
fine.
1 success.
All right.
2.
You do notice that someone has moved your furniture and then moved it back in here.
How do you know? Never mind.
Drag marks in the wax on the floor.
Okay, thank you.
If you want to know where I get this, there's a wonderful book called 100 Deadly Skills by Clint Emerson.
Interesting sounding book.
He was an intelligence operative. Anyway.
I must procure this book.
Only if it's for safety reasons.
It's
Oh.
totally safety reasons.
That's just like I said to the NSA with my Google history. Relax, I'm a writer. It's fine.
So, is it just one piece of furniture, or is it multiple?
Multiple pieces of furniture have been moved.
Okay.
You also notice that there appear to be a few pick marks around your locked file cabinet.
Okay. That's actually what I was going to ask, because I assumed that the file cabinet was one that was moved.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I'm going to do, let me unlock the cabinet first and see if there's anything missing.
Nothing is missing. Files
Okay.
have been returned in exactly the condition you left them in.
Okay. So quickly, I'm going to move the file cabinet just a little bit to see if there's anything else that's out of place. And I'm gonna look around as far as like with my desk and anything else that's been moved.
Under your desk, you find a basically what looks like a small circuit board. Might have been the interior of a cell phone at one point, and it is connected to your desk lamp for power.
Okay.
It is actively on.
Okay. So I'm going to unplug the lamp first. And then I'm going to examine how it's connected to the lamp power, if it's just like spliced into the power cord or...
It has been carefully spliced into the power cord to drain off just enough power to keep the battery charged.
Okay. Since I have my my bag with me, I'm just gonna go ahead and carefully take the lamp and the small circuit board. I'm just gonna it's a small lamp, so it's not that big. So I'm gonna put them both in my backpack and take another quick look around to see if there's anything else I notice, and then I'm going to head out and get in my car and go to the chantry.
You find a small camera resting in your bookshelf.
That's about right.
It's always the bookshelf.
It's always a bookshelf.
People are so uninventive.
Is it? Can I tell? Is it like a Wi-Fi camera?
Yes.
As far okay.
The thing that's peculiar about it is it has no maker's mark.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it there for the moment and maybe shuffle a book around to...
You hear some doors opening down the hall.
Okay. So that's my cue. I'm just gonna go ahead and take off before anybody else comes and sees what I may be up to.
All right. What I'm going to need you to roll
I knew this was gonna happen.
is wits plus stealth.
Wits plus stealth. This is from the same person who talked to the hold on, stealth. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty will be 6.
That's not that bad.
Well, let's see. But remember, I'm the same one that talked to the whatever it was that we encountered and just about got killed. So, all right, that's not bad. 2 successes.
All right.
3 because of
You barely managed to get out as a couple of guys in coveralls are coming down the way. They're pushing janitors' carts, but they're not janitors you've ever seen before.
Okay. As I glance back at them as I'm leaving, is there anything else that I notice other than that they don't look like the normal janitors?
These guys are since you got 2 successes.
I have auspex too, Is there anything I noticed with auspex about them?
They are mortal. That you can hear their hearts beating. But they are very buff but not bodybuilder kind of buff. They look more like they may have done some tours in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Okay.
All right. You make your way out of the building. Are you driving or taking a cab?
I'm gonna. Well, I'm actually gonna want to take a cab. I'm gonna leave my vehicle there.
Okay. All right. You hail a cab. Cab picks you up, and they take you to University of Georgia, near there to the Tremere Chantry. And you are dropped off at the building.
Okay. I am. Let me look around outside just kind of briefly before I go in to see if there's anything out of the ordinary. Because now I'm just really paranoid.
Roll wits plus awareness.
All right. It
Oh, no,
worked earlier.
perception plus awareness.
Oh, perception.
Yes. Looking at your character sheet, Adriana is very good at Where's Waldo books.
What's the difficulty for that one?
Difficulty will be 8.
There we go. Okay, I'm on a roll tonight.
Wow.
There is a there's a van that's been there the last 4 times you've been to the Chantry. It's still sitting at the end of the block.
Does it have the same type of markings? No, because the one that the homeless said that they were.
Yeah, that was a health department van.
Yeah, that was the health department. This is not a health department van.
No,
It's
no.
just a
This
plain.
one, it's actually a Spectrum cable van.
Huh.
Okay. Do I see anybody in it, or do I just see the van?
You don't see anybody in it.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go and make my way into the Chantry and go down to the laboratory.
You feel a lot better once you get into the Chantry as the eyes of the gargoyles shift and follow you as you enter
Very
the
comforting.
main hallway.
Yeah.
Well, after all that, I think it would be.
Hey, you got guards there.
That's true.
Can I just say, while we've been waiting for Adriana, Zax turns to Christoph and says, "Were the implants in your eyes for safety reasons too?"
Oh
It's possible.
my god.
They might want to know if I'm being attacked.
Roll hopeless naivete. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, Kristoff.
Basically, as long as he's not in immediate danger, he doesn't exactly think they're trying to harm him.
Oh, Kristoff.
Caroline, you get a phone call from one of your private detectives that you used to find the location of that clinic. Caroline?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were talking to me.
Oh my god.
Caroline? Are you out
I'll,
there, Caroline? Sorry.
I will pick up the phone. Hello. So sorry.
Yeah, Miss Price, we got a problem. Whoever is in that clinic, I've been watching it the last couple of days. They're clearing out. They're clearing out fast.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You want me to do anything? I'm just taking pictures right now.
No, I mean, how many vans are there?
You hear a loud whizzing sound, and the phone goes dead.
All right, I hang up my phone and put it away and go, they're cleaning house out in the area. I'm pretty sure my contact's dead.
Intriguing. Zach is looking at him. Very intriguing.
Well, it is around the time for spring cleaning.
Oh my god.
Not that kind. I'm not even going to bother. You have things I'm bothering with this right now.
I'm just trying to lighten the mood. People are dying.
Oh, Kristoff.
All right. So you all are in the Chantry. The party is back together. The coterie is is here. What are you guys doing?
Creed's there, of course, thinking about how to validate money because he has no clue what to do. And he's just like, there's only one person I know, and I don't want to call that fucking bastard.
Well, I think Zach, Carolina, and Adriana are going to do grown-up stuff and swap notes the situation.
Excuse you, money is grown-up stuff.
Okay.
Money is one of the ultimate superpowers. So
Exactly.
By the way, was Kristoff having to wear like those hospital robes?
do you want to?
I mean, that's just what I was guessing that happened.
I in fact pictured the Tremere radiologist, the ghoul who's a radiologist technician. Like, you don't have to. You know what? Never mind. Whatever makes you happy.
Later on, he was kind of sitting there, was still wearing that. I usually get a lollipop for this.
Oh my god.
It's a little drafty.
Now he's just wandering around looking for his clothes.
Christoph, please sit down.
But I can't find my clothes.
Creed just kind of remembers that he has all Kristoff's stuff and just kind of tosses it to him.
No.
Retrieves the glasses because he didn't want them to break.
Thank you. And he just kind of doesn't go very far away to change, really.
Of course.
And of course,
Anyway.
we now see Kristoff in his all-togethers.
Lovely.
Cocaine clothes on and all.
he did wash those.
Actually, Violet had the forethought to at least have clothing laundered during the little exchange, mostly because it probably might lead to a potential masquerade breach to be wandering around looking like you rolled around a 90s stockbroker party.
He said, "Whoever washed my clothes, thank you."
Oh
Kind of look at his sleeve. They did not put it in delicate.
Nice.
Right, so Zach is changing notes with Adriana about what he found in Kristoff's eyes, the phone, everything that he has.
Okay. All right. So you now know that someone has implanted these implants behind Kristoff's eye, in his optic nerves at the back of his eyeballs.
I don't feel a thing.
No, you don't.
Oh, Kristoff.
All right. So yeah, you have all of this information now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm also going to swap my notes with Zach, but as well as the others. And first off, I'm going to tell him. So I got that phone call, and I'm sorry I had to ditch y'all. But there was something that my boss called me in. So you remember those blood samples that we took
What?
Yes.
from the homeless people?
No, like Creed's like, what? What are you
Oh.
talking about? What? Because he wasn't there.
Oh, that's right, you weren't there.
Yeah, he was not there. I know what's going on. I just wasn't there.
Yeah, no, I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
So I don't. There's something that's major that's going on between and Creed. There was a couple different things, bless you,
Thank you.
that happened while you were off. But we took some samples from some of the homeless people down in that was in I'm looking back on my
It was
notes.
Stonegate Security. Well, no, that was the name of the place.
Stonegate Security, and it
Yeah,
was
that's right.
Cascade Heights.
Cascade
Mhm.
Heights, yeah, thank you. I'm like, I was trying to look back on my notes to figure out what it's called. So so my boss actually got the result. Zach, have you ever seen an amino acid that is not normal? Because this one apparently they have a fifth amino acid.
I don't think I have.
Okay. So that's one thing, but here's the other thing. We know Kristoff obviously was being watched, but after I got off the phone with you, I just had an interesting feeling, and I happened to find this in my office, and I open up my bag and show them what's in it with the lamp and the circuit board and everything. And somebody has a wireless camera in my office. So something major is going on. And I don't know. What do you think? I mean, give me some opinions, y'all. I don't know what to do from here.
What about you, Carolina? Have you you had bugs placed in your office you're not aware about?
I mean, I haven't been home to comb over that just yet, but I feel like it
could
has
call
something
someone,
to do.
Carolyn. You have a lot of money.
This is true. Yeah, I mean, but I feel like it's got to have something to do with Stonegate security, because everything that when we went out to that area, that's whenever everything just has started to happen. So I don't know if Kristoff had stuff in his eyes before we met, or what, but I feel like that's where roads are pointing as of right now.
Sorry,
And if I remember right, Caroline, your sire bought Stonegate Security, right?
I believe that Stonegate Security bought up property that he was looking into.
He was looking into. Okay,
Right.
I was trying to decipher from my notes. Sorry.
Well, that's fresh in my mind.
out of character question. How large is Stonegate Security? Is it national, regional, international?
It's hard to tell, mostly because upon looking at Stonegate, it looks nominally to be a fairly small company. However, the ownership of it is equally murky. It seems to go about 7 shell corporations deep, and you still can't find a definitive owner.
So it's not an off branch of G4S or something.
Right. It's more the kind of business you start when you don't want people to know your business.
Right.
Okay. Right, okay. Do we inform the head of the Tremere? Would that be wise?
You could tell Violet, perhaps.
Well, here's the other thing as well, Zach. So as I was leaving the office, after I put this in my bag and found the camera, there were 2 mortals that were dressed as janitors, but I've never seen them there before. And they didn't look like any janitors I've ever seen. They obviously had a mission, and it was not to pick up the trash. And then here's the other weird thing. there's been this Spectrum communication van that's been parked at the end of the street, and it hasn't moved. It's been there this whole week while we've come and gone. So I don't know. I between we know Christoph being watched and finding this in my office, there's something going on, and I'm afraid that we're being watched, and that something's gonna happen. So we may want to talk to Violet.
I think we should talk to Violet, but we can't exactly leave non-Tremere people here in the laboratory, so we'll just have to call Violet here.
Okay. Yeah, you all call Violet, and she comes down. She's like, "Have you made any progress on figuring out what's going on?"
Sort of. Adriana has got some interesting information, though.
Yeah, so I don't know where to begin. So yes, we do have some new information and some questions as well. There's definitely something that is going on, and we need some help putting the pieces together. Between my work with the CDC, there's been two really interesting things. One is there's been a sample from one of the homeless guys that was down in Cascade Heights, that it looked like a mutated rabies virus. So we went down there and took some additional blood samples from some of the other people that were there. And this one came back even weirder. It didn't show like a mutated virus, but it has an additional amino acid. So that's something that's not naturally found. So I need to do some more digging to find out some more information about it. So there's something definitely that's happening with the humans.
Right.
On the other side of things, we're being watched and possibly followed. I'll let the others kind of start off and tell you what they found while I was working on these things.
Yes. This one here, he gestures towards Christoph,
Hello.
has something lodged behind his eyes, which when you use this app on his phone, you can see what he's seeing. You are watching Christoph in first person.
I have a question out of character about that.
Yes.
Doesn't the Chantry have any sort of kind of incantation protection against anything like that, or does it not work with electronics?
Well, they do, and they are capable of stopping that. And yeah, so inside the building, you can fairly well assume you're shielded, unless somebody just happens to know a lot more magic than the Tremere.
Okay, sorry, I was just curious. So sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Yes, so use this app and you can see exactly what Christoph is seeing. Not only that, his house is bugged. He has another app on his phone, which goes called Where Am I, and it goes back to the CDC. And when I informed Adriana about it, that's when she discovered she was being watched and got chased out.
Creed steps in. She's like, "Are you forgetting about the Lose Me app, the one that turns off all the cameras in the building or in the band?"
Yeah, there is a Lose Me app on there.
And also the Where Am I is the eye thing. It doesn't really point to the place that she works.
Okay. I thought there was something that linked it.
No. It's there is something that. No, you made such a good computer roll. You traced it to the CDC. That was it.
Oh, okay. All right. Great. Yeah. pretend I said that then.
Yes, I will.
I can't be bothered explaining it.
And here's the last part of this, which is the other reason why we wanted to bring you in the loop. So yes, as Zachary said, yeah, my office is bugged. I found a wireless camera, but I also found this, and I opened up my bag and show her, so this circuit board type thing, which looks like it could be from a cell phone, was attached to the lamp and was plugged in and being powered. As well as I was leaving, there were, as Zachary said, I was almost chased out by two mortals. But the one thing that I found very odd that I didn't put two and two together until I got back just a while ago, I think the Chantry is being watched because there's a Spectrum Communications van that's been down the road that I've noticed that hasn't moved at all in the last week or so since I've come and gone. I didn't pay no attention until all of this has kind of happened.
All right, then I will. I'll have our people in the police department check it out. Thank you. You've done well. Try to make sure that he remains restricted to the laboratory or is removed from the Chantry altogether. She points to Kristoff.
He might be a handful, but he is innocent, in all honesty.
Yes. However, I want you. But you are in charge of him, aren't you? I think Estelle told me that you were assigned to keep him out of trouble after he poached on our territory.
I still apologize for that.
That was more out of...
Violet looks at you, Kristoff, and says, "When you're allowed to speak, I will speak to you. Do you understand?"
He kind of had like a sort of shocked look and just kind of nodded.
So, Zach, Adriana, are we clear on this? You will stick to him and see what is going to happen with him. Observe and report, and if you can, save him. If it becomes a danger to yourselves, please abandon him. All right.
Would it be best informing his Chantry about this? Or shall we leave it?
She reaches out and pats your shoulder. Zachary, the Toreador don't have Chantries, and at best, the only way I can describe their entire clan structure is: have you ever imagined what a beauty contest among hopelessly narcissistic artists would look like?
Not particularly, no.
That's their clan structure.
Zach doesn't know whether to feel sorry for Kristoff or relieved for Kristoff.
Alrighty.
He's just going
Go ahead.
He's just going to be bemused.
So while all this is going on, Creed, you're sitting there.
No,
$7
so
million.
so he decides to walk outside because he doesn't want anyone to hear who he is about to call.
Okay.
I'm even cringing about this. He's going to call Donovan and ask if he can help because he's the only person he knows.
All right, yeah. Okay, Creed, you give Donovan a call. He picks up on the 5th ring. He's like, Well, well, well. If it's in the small fry.
Okay,
What's going on?
okay, cut the shit right now. I just need you to help me validate money. That is it. I will give you like a mil of it for it.
All right. How much money? Whose money? And when you need it by?
It's $7 million. Who was it that gave it to me again?
Um, the Latin kings, and you stole from Antonio. Antonio, whoever he is with the Latin kings.
Let's just say I said that then.
You did what?
Now you see, it was a complete accident. I just tried to get out of a situation. And they gave
Wait a
me.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're telling me you accidentally stole $7 million?
I literally like, I was trying to get out of a problem, and they literally gave me money.
You stole $7 million on accident from Antonio, who is the leader of the Latin Kings in northern Georgia. Not just Atlanta, but in northern Georgia. Is this what you're trying to tell me?
Sadly, yes.
Shit. You did a good job, son.
That's very accurate for him.
Although, I would leave out the part I accidentally stole it.
No, because like he is trying to put out like he didn't exactly like try to get this money. They literally just gave it to him. He's not trying to say, "Oh, I literally like tried to force him to give it to me." It was just given to him.
So the best way to phrase it is he acquired it.
Very
Now
nice.
you see, Creed would not have known that, and that's why he said accidentally.
All right, so Donovan's like, I tell you what, I'll help you clean your money, and future reference, if you're going to be in the game like this, boy, you need to make sure you don't just offer $1 million. Standard fee is 10%.
I only said Mel because it's you.
Ooh, wow. I don't know. Do I bow or do I curtsy? You're actually all being all sweet to me.
That's not the case. I knew you wouldn't help if I just said 10%. I know better.
Maybe you don't know what you think you do, but I remember that favor that you got from me because you said you would support me in terms of the new clan leadership.
Yeah, what about it?
You don't owe me a thing. I paid back my favor.
Okay.
I'll get your money cleaned. Now, the launderer, he's going to want 10%, so less his 10%. We good?
All right. Sure. Okay, so they hang up, and he walks in very drained about that.
As you're about to walk in, a dude just runs up out of nowhere and chunks a Molotov cocktail at the front of the chantry. Roll to dodge.
Who keeps fucking with us?
Dex plus athletic.
All right,
Creed, you also notice this guy has his fangs out and is flipping off like human passersby.
Yeah, what was the roll again?
Dex plus athletic. Dexterity
All
plus
right.
athletics.
I'm guessing that's a Sabat.
Maybe.
Difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
Okay. None.
Ah,
Okay.
your luck ran out.
Yep. It's because of something that it wasn't, manipulation.
That's right. All right, so I need you to roll your... wait, what are your disciplines? Let me grab that roll.
I think it's presence, fortitude, and hold on.
No.
No, that's Kristoff's.
Oh, I thought that they had the same ones.
No,
No.
No,
Kristoff's
it's
inside.
it's presence,
Celerity,
potence,
obfuscate,
and
and
celerity. There we go.
Yeah,
All right.
Oh, you could use celerity for that.
I can.
All right. So here's what's happening. You can't soak this damage. You take 2 points of aggravated damage.
Ouch.
The
Okay.
fire catches you. Fortunately, you're a relatively new vampire. An older vampire would probably be picked up in a dustbuster.
Okay.
Mm.
So this takes you from bruised to hurt.
Okay. So
And yeah, this is bad damage. Okay,
Hey.
so he's running up toward you, Creed. What do you do?
Okay, since I have pretty good brawl, I'll try to punch him in the face.
All right, roll strength plus brawl.
All right, got that. Difficulty?
Difficulty will be 6 because the guy he's not trying to.
I have successes. Oh,
Alright.
what was the damage again? Just so I could put it down. Okay, I don't understand.
I already marked it on there. I put
Oh, okay.
successes under bruised and hurt.
All right, thank you.
I just do that so I can keep track. All right, so you punch him twice. You give him 2 good shots to the face, and he soaks it. He just eats the damage. It doesn't even phase him.
Okay.
Can Kristoff hear this, by the way, from with the aspects and such?
Y'all are underground.
Oh,
I wouldn't
However-
think so.
Before anything else happens to you, Creed, there is a strange darkness that descends over the entire lawn. And like the lights go out and the sound all stops. And the lawn eats the vampire that is trying to grab you.
Damn, that's some serious shit.
Okay. I think that's basically his reaction. He was just like, I'm pretty close to the door. I'm going inside.
Yeah, the fire has suddenly gone out.
Yeah, he's going inside. So you go inside, literally rushing down to explain what just happened.
it's probably all singed.
Yeah, probably.
And there are 2 as you head inside, a gargoyle escorts you downstairs.
Okay.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. But he doesn't care about that. He seemed even worse just a second ago.
Yeah.
So it's like he's kind of like in like a rushing manner, and he like tries to grab the smartest person he thinks is in the room, which would probably be Adriana. Grabs her, and it's just like I saw a vampire get eaten from some kind of darkness.
As soon as
Yeah,
Kristoff
that's-
sees him, he's like, ah! He like gets out a first aid kit.
Violet looks at Kristoff and like rubs the bridge of her nose. Well, it's nice to know the wards are still intact.
So you said it was a vampire attack?
Okay, so let me draw this all out. I stepped outside to make a call. While I was coming back in, something that I'll say he didn't identify was thrown at me. And you see, this guy tried to attack me. I punched him in the face twice, and next thing I know, he's being eaten alive by a fucking like weird ghostly thing that I can't identify.
Okay. I just look kind of, just kind of shockingly, and look over at Violet.
Oh, the Violet looks and goes, "Oh, the ghostly thing. That was That was our ward. Don't mind it. Actually,
What?
she grins rather menacingly at you, Creed, because, now you know the Tremere did that.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, I want to say like
What?
Caroline's making like mental notes on like all of this shit. Like, okay, so if you attack, you get eaten by something. Good to know.
Kristoff is attempting to use like some sort of burn cream on Creed.
You realize that will do nothing. You're simply making his dead flesh greasy.
He does not know that.
As I said, innocent. Yet
There's innocence and then there is
Input.
stupidity, Zachary.
Well, he might know that. Deacon probably told him, but it's just kind of an instinct to do that.
I understand. Violet's just a bitch. Don't mind her. You do not become the leader of the Tremere in a city without being that way. Okay, so Violet is like, I will go attend to the mess and see what we can do to ameliorate the masquerade breach. Keep me informed on what you're doing.
Will do.
All right.
I want to pull out my laptop and do like a financial and like roll on Stonegate Security and see if I can find out who's
Yes,
been
absolutely.
financially backing them.
Go
I was
for
actually
it.
going to mention this earlier, but I forgot.
You know, I just remembered something that I totally forget to use.
What?
Creed has connections that he never uses.
Well, actually, I was assuming one of those connections was Donovan.
Okay, other than Donovan, I mean, like, good ones. He has
What
other
would be the,
connections, I realized. That he may know people who would be, like, working, like, behind the scenes of this stuff. Not,
All
like,
right.
fully, but, like, they are, like, involved without knowing information, you know?
Okay, so Caroline, noted. Caroline, the difficulty is 8. These people do not.
Holy cow!
Oh my god!
Mm.
I applaud you.
All
Okay.
right.
Nice.
No, that was less than 8. It needs to be,
Yeah. There's no success.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Whoever these people are, they are ghosts. Although you do find one interesting thing. You do find that for some reason, Stonegate is connected to the TGI Fridays corporate headquarters in Atlanta.
I feel like that's a dummy trail.
Honestly, it's one of the few solid connections you found.
Well, let's roll on some TGI Fridays. And see if maybe cross-referencing names or whatever. See if somebody pops up more than once.
Kristoff holds out a piece of paper to Zach.
Zach takes the paper and reads it.
It asks if he can have his phone back.
Oh my god.
He was told not to speak.
All right. So you rolled.
I need to go on mute for just 1 second. I gotta find it.
No problem. All right, Caroline, you're investigating the Fridays connection, right?
Yeah.
Roll for that.
Same difficulty?
No, 6. TGI Fridays isn't exactly a covert ops.
Could be. Well, that's a better roll.
All
Why couldn't I
right.
get the last one?
Well, you find it's owned by Sentinel Capital Partners, and you find that it's owned by a large international concern called Pentex.
Oh boy.
Did Zach know anything about Pentax before he moved over to the US? Would they have a base of operations in the
Oh,
UK?
God, yes. They're in
Okay.
pretty much every major capital on Earth.
Oh. Interesting.
I almost want to do a computer roll on, see if I can't like get into their mainframe, but
Try it.
I'm going to.
Do it.
So
as Palpatine says, do it.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to do it, but I'm also going to spend a willpower point on it.
Okay.
So what would be the difficulty on this roll?
Oh, I'm going to say 7.
Woo! 4 or 5 successes?
It's a critical success.
Nice.
All right. So, you do manage to hack in. You're like, "Oh my." You also find some fairly disturbing things that the Atlanta General Hospital is contracted to make something called protein deliveries to TGI Fridays.
Oh, it's like the pink sludge.
So, yeah, you've kind of opened up this can of worms. And at that
I'm gonna
moment-
ask them for like a pencil or like a pen and a pad of paper.
Okay. All right.
All right,
What do
I'm
you do?
back. Sorry, y'all.
No worries.
Zach hands Caroline a pen and paper.
And I'm just gonna start jotting notes down
The same one
instead
Kristoff
of
gave him.
like.
Yeah, the same note Christoph gave him. He is giving him.
Kristoff
Alright.
draws a sad face. He has a sketchbook.
All right. So, Carolyn, you managed to take down a few notes about this. You get some information. You also find a Stonegate security file. Unfortunately, it's encrypted.
Can I copy said file?
Yes, you can. You got
Okay.
enough successes that you're not caught.
Okay. I'm like, I don't want to push it too far, but she will copy that file.
Okay.
And then after that, I think she's gonna stop digging for the moment.
Yeah, you remember something about it. It pays not to pry too far into the secrets of scary people.
Right.
All right. So, upon leaving the database, you're now sitting there wondering what the hell is going on with TGI Fridays,
Yeah.
and who the hell Stonegate Security actually is, and why are they involved with Pentex?
Oh boy. So I'm gonna relay this to the group that this is a very deep rabbit hole that we're falling into.
Oh, the joy.
But we can't stop it now.
Yes, Christoph, you're now allowed to speak.
Thank goodness, I had so many things I wanted to say. Like, what's going on?
No. No, you can't have your phone back.
Ah,
Now
For
don't attempt having
security
your phone back
reasons,
ever.
Christoph. Security reasons.
they said that to give me my phone back.
They said?
What?
Yes, the people you work with told you to give me back my phone and act like things are normal. But feed me
Oh, they
information.
never said any such thing.
I could have sworn they did.
No.
No.
There was something about feeding him information and going on like... Did I imagine that?
Oh, that was
Probably.
last. No.
That was last time.
That was last session. Whenever it was just an idea that was kicked out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
No,
Um,
your phone is like on lockdown mode.
I think we need to open up the phone.
Actually, Rourke, who is the Tremere Chantry's technical analyst that Violet keeps chained up here in the basement, he's like, Dr. Hayden, Adriana, I've been looking at that phone you brought.
Aw,
Yes.
wrong person answered.
Well, it seems that there are that the phone seems to have had some aftermarket modifications added, including one metal that I cannot identify.
One what?
Huh.
One metal I can't identify.
Oh, okay.
But there is a maker's mark on the non-factory components.
What's the maker's mark?
Something about Parsons Industries.
God, no, another one.
Sorry, Zach. This is America. Everything's a corporation.
Mhm.
Hell, I'm a corporation.
Parsons Industries.
Yes.
Well, for that, you get it. Zach picks up Christoph and puts him near the tech list. There you go.
Near the what?
Near the tech analyst, so you can give her a hug.
So he can give her a hug. That's the reason he puts him near.
Yeah, because she's been chained up down here and sounds lonely. So Zach said, "I'll give you a hug," but he's using you to give the hug.
He does comply. As long as he's told that's what we're doing.
Rook is like, thank you. I've missed hugs.
Okay, so
She draws you notice she's on little post-it notes. She's drawn little Hello Kitty cartoons all around her cubicle.
okay,
Well, I guess this would be a good time to have them look at have her look at the circuit board and lamp thing that I brought back from the office.
She takes a look at it. Yes, ma'am. Puts on the the magnifying goggles and whatnot, and starts like almost like a jeweler's eyepieces.
Oh yeah.
Starts looking at them and starts. Oh, okay. Well, this isn't anything nearly as interesting. This is just the standard guts of looks to be an old style flip phone. You can still buy them for cheap. Standard guts of it. They've just attached to a power source. It's a standard listening device. You find them in CIA manuals.
Can you tell? Is it transmitting right now, or does it have to have the power source active?
No, it ran out of juice. The battery runs down if you have a power source. That's why you shouldn't charge your phone overnight.
Okay, well that's good to know. Can you see, as far as the maker's mark or any other identifying marks on it?
Yeah, this came from the guts of. Looks to be just a standard ZTE cheapy cell phone.
Ooh, CTs.
Okay. Well, thank you.
No problem. Always happy to be of service. Come
Kristoff
talk to me sometime.
Kristoff
Kristoff
sketches
gets
her a really good picture of Hello Kitty.
Aw.
Thank
Aw.
you. You're wonderful.
He's smiling friendly at her.
I would give you my phone number, but I'm not allowed to have a phone.
Oh. Apparently, neither am I.
Sucks, doesn't it?
We both have in common. Wouldn't
Did you guys just become best friends?
it? Yes, they.
No. Creed's like, excuse you, no. I'm best friend.
Oh, cooperation, conspiracy. No, I'm the best friend. The most important.
That's like the best. If anything sums up Creed and Kristoff, right there. Evil international corporate conspiracy. No, I'm your best friend, damn it. Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, anyway, so what I was gonna have to say after this, but had that moment happen. I was gonna say that Creed comes up with the idea of getting like a cheapy like phone and then replacing everything and seeing if that is partially a problem to what's going on with this weird third party stuff.
Yeah.
Like that'll probably be one of the only intelligent things he'll ever say, though. Like he has 2 dots in computers. He might as well have that much knowledge to at
Yeah,
least
why not?
suggest that.
Yeah. Actually, I like the idea that after all of the kind of off silly stuff he says, he just busts out this fairly intelligent plan, and everybody just sort of turns and goes, "What?"
Kristoff
He
looks so
only-
proud.
Like he'll only do that when they're talking about fighting, street stuff, and computers. Everything else, he's like ignorant as shit.
All right. So the dawn is approaching. Violet has arranged for the lot of you to get back to your havens before the sun rises. Oh, and incidentally, Carolyn, your head of security, says there's no problems.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, so you guys head home and you sleep that day, and mark off one of your blood pool to wake up.
Yep.
As soon as Kristoff got home, he's like, "Hello, people watching me."
Oh my god. All right, there we go.
Ah, there it is.
Okay, Kristoff, you happen to find a sitting on in your mailbox. In fact, there is a charmingly early 2000s MP3 player.
Ooh.
Is it a Zune? Please say it's a Zune.
It's a Zoom because I like it.
Didn't like no one use the Zoom.
Exactly.
He kind of looked at it and quickly put it in his pocket. "I'm not telling anyone about you."
That sounded creepy.
Can we have it where like Creed's not getting like rat him out, but Creed have it where Creed does notice that there's like a little thing in his pocket at least.
No.
Just like a little thing in his pocket at least, because he won't say anything because he thinks it's just going to be something stupid, like a mini sculpture or something.
Well, he
No,
has like a
probably-
giant messenger bag, so I don't think you could see it in that.
Well, you said I heard pocket for some reason, so never mind.
That's
It's just a word that I used in the moment. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, so you've got your
that's the
Dune,
next. Sorry.
and before dawn, Christoph, you're alone in your room. You want to listen to this thing?
Most likely, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Is there anything good on it?
I love how that's your first question.
It's like
Yes,
all
there
90s
is.
songs.
Yeah, actually, there's a nice collection of late '90s songs. Actually, not even late '90s. Most of them stop in 1997.
He's just kind of sitting there bobbing his head a little bit.
All right. You next thing you know, after like 5 or 6 songs, you hear a recording of a woman. She's like, "Hello there. You're Christoph, right?"
Kind of makes a concerned look. He's like, yes.
Oh my god.
Well, I hope you are, because otherwise, whoever's listening to this is going to be very confused.
I'm already confused, he said out loud.
I love how you're talking. All right, we're gonna go with this. All right, she's like, if this has arrived, then I'm in trouble. I'm in a lot of trouble, and
Oh no.
I know you're one of Deacon's. I don't know how to get hold of him, but he helped me out a long time ago. There's some bad stuff going on, and if you know anyone who can help me, I appreciate it. I mean, Deacon's family has always been very, very helpful to our cause. So the last place I was at the hang on, let me check my notes.
For some reason, I expected her to say that just cut out.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I just had to be sure. Yeah, I'm at the last place I've been recording this. I'm at the Battle of Atlanta battleground just outside of the city. I think they're on to me. I'm not really sure, but you can find a message from me at the historical marker. The one that says the Battle of Atlanta began here. So, like I said, hope you can help. Take care. Bye.
I
And
will
then-
help you, recording lady.
Oh my gosh, I love how he actually it's like, okay, this is recording. I'm still going to reply.
That should be the next sketched VTM thing.
Possibly.
So Creed's probably still there with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you did say that I practically live with you for
That is
now,
true.
so
So he went up to Creed and said, Creed, we have a mission.
and that is
Let's go outside first.
okay.
He kind of took his hand and led him downstairs, and then turned around and says, someone's in trouble.
And that would be
I have no idea. Come on. He went and got his
Okay.
moped.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
My resources said I could have a motorcycle, but I think he'd have a moped.
Yeah, I think that's probably
That's accurate.
that's
He's
accurate.
probably just like for you to like look at the moped and be like, really?
What?
Okay, fine. Let's go. And he's there just like very confused about everything, but for some reason going along with it.
All right, so you all. About an hour later, you find yourselves outside the city, and there's the historical marker, and under the historical marker is a small pile of rocks. So
He kind of starts digging through the rocks.
you find about I guess under the top layer of rocks. After a bit of digging and looking, you find a plastic bag, and inside this plastic bag is a metal ammo can.
Like the type of cans that they have in ammunition shops, the big green ones.
Yes, exactly the one.
Okay.
Okay.
The only reason I know that is because my grandfather owned a shop like that. So he does open that.
Upon opening it, you find a series of books and cassette recordings, CDs, and a cassette player.
Oh, I was
Wow,
about to say
that's
I don't
old.
own a cassette player.
I was like, wow, that's old.
He's looking down at it. I wonder if whoever sent me this was born quite a bit later than I was.
You sure you don't know who sent this to you?
Not a clue.
Why am I still here?
He's flipping through one of the books.
All right. And he's like, all right, give me the cassette players. I'll start listening.
Outside in the open?
Aren't we in like the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, you all are in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that doesn't matter then.
All right, you're sitting there, you're reading through the books. The books are kind of interesting, sort of an eclectic mix of reading Robert Anton Wilson, various conspiracy theory documents, and an incredibly large selection of religious documents, mostly Christian Science stuff. However, you also find a small journal filled with numbers, seeming to be Bible verses.
So he kind of looks at those, and is there an actual Bible in there?
No.
Yeah, okay. Well, if he had a phone, he'd look up those verses.
All right, so Creed,
I'll
Creed,
go
you're
ahead.
sitting there listening to some of this stuff.
By the way, I guess since he probably would have thought about this, he lent Kristoff his phone because he doesn't have his and knows better.
All right.
So you have that.
All right, so Creed, you're sitting there, I picture you cross-legged on the grass, listening to this very old tape recorder, which somehow the batteries are still working in. You haven't figured that out yet.
I expected new batteries.
All right, so yeah, the batteries look to be standard, but basically it starts playing and it's some weird chanting. You know, calling out on various gods and goddesses' names, etc. Mostly that, and then you hear something that sounds like gunfire. Hard to tell much else. I mean, but there's like 30 or 40 tapes. As you all are sitting there listening to this, you all look up, and Kristoff, you see a couple of gentlemen standing there looking at you. One of them is wearing a wife-beater shirt and has a toothpick.
Jeez, I hate wife beaters.
Right.
Well, he's sitting there picking his teeth, going, "What we got out here?"
He kind of stands up and says, "Hi, my name's Kristoff."
Creed stands up and she's like, I have no clue what's going on. I'm here just listening.
You boys are a little far from the city, ain't you?
He kind of uses Auspex real quick on them.
His aura is incredibly bright. All of their auras are incredibly bright.
Oh. He said, "You are very shiny like that police lady."
Oh, I'm shiny like the police lady, am I? Boy, you got about 15 seconds to start making sense before I turn your head into a canoe.
I would
He
like to
said-
know what you're talking about too.
He said, "I can see people's auras."
Well, you know what? That actually makes some sense. So now I'm going to ask you again. Wait a minute. How long you two been dead?
Kristoff kind of started counting on his hands.
How long would it have been?
I imagine for Kristoff maybe about 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
I'll say for Creed about 2 months.
All right, all right. How long y'all been dead?
About 4 months.
Half that.
One of the other guys who is he's a fairly little skinnier than the guy talking to you. A little skinnier. He's wearing a black guy wearing a cowboy hat and another wife beater shirt. And he's like, y'all done some stupid shit. Why the hell are you out here?
Because we can.
I received a message of distress.
So Creed
All
just
right, he
sighs
looks
and is
to you,
annoyed.
He looks to you, Creed, and goes, points to Kristoff. He ain't right in the head, is he?
Creed just shakes his head no to him.
You know what? Look, y'all are new. Y'all don't know. This is our territory out here. Inside the city's y'all's territory. Out here is our territory.
Oh, I thought we were close enough to the city. I'm terribly sorry, but this is where I was told to find these things. He kind of pointed at all the things.
Who told you to find these things out here?
And he clicked through his thing and actually played the recording.
Is that a fucking Zune?
No,
Who the hell has a
Creed,
Zune?
even Creed looked at this very, very confused as what the hell's going on. While also a little annoyed with for Kristoff for not saying anything.
Well, he didn't ask.
You should still, okay, fine. We'll go with that logic.
Well, all right. So we're just going to call this a misunderstanding. And I like you two. I like you two a lot. He points to Creed. You're kind of the George to his Lenny. It's nice. It's fun.
Creed just nods in agreement.
Kristoff was smiling pleasantly at them.
Jerry, get the truck and take these two back to the city before they come upon some of them silver fangs and get their heads ripped out the wrong way.
Don't we have a vehicle?
You have a moped,
You're right.
which is not going to outrun an angry
right.
silver fang.
Nope.
No, I meant like to get back.
He did
Yeah,
mention
right, you're
a
right.
truck. They could put the moped in the truck.
Yeah.
That's true. Good idea.
He kind of
Yeah,
gathered
Leonard-
all the things.
Leonard, the one who's giving you a ride back, says, "Wow, y'all come out there because somebody left a Zune in your mailbox."
Now you see, I didn't know this. I literally just went along, which was a bad idea in hindsight.
Might have been.
I'm
Although
glad to
Creed,
have
he
met
does
you.
give you his phone number.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I have his phone number.
You need any help? I'm Leonard. Bone Gnar. We'll take care of shit for you.
Thanks, Leonard.
Thank
That
you
means a
so
lot.
much.
No matter what, Creed gets his connections.
That's right.
No
He-
matter what,
He kind of
he
looks.
gets a
He
connection.
kind of pats you on the shoulder, Kristoff. Is like, You are the dumbest white boy I think I've ever met.
He kind of brushes that off a little bit, continuing to awkwardly smile, and says, "By the way, may I ask what you are?"
Oh my god. I'm a werewolf.
Oh, so that explains the aura. I'll keep that in mind.
Did they show y'all anything? I mean, or do they just like suck your blood out and say, "Oh look, you're a vampire now. Get killed."
Now you see that's kind of what happened with me. But
Shit.
Kristoff, don't you know stuff?
I was told many things, but not what auras look like.
Okay.
All right, take your moped and I'll catch you later, Creed.
See ya.
Kristoff gets the moped and like happily waves at the guy.
Okay, Kristoff, why didn't you show me the recording? That is a very vital thing to know.
But you didn't ask why we were leaving.
I still needed something. You just said, "Oh, I don't know." I just assumed you had no reason, like nothing but like some kind of instinct.
Every game, I think we need to have a Kristoff and Creed road trip. It's fucking weird. All right. Okay, we're gonna start with Adriana again this evening. Adriana, you get a phone call.
Oh, hang on. I'm just going to pop to the toilet, so I'll be back.
No problem.
Okay. Me and these damn phone calls, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're a medical personnel who work for the CDC.
Yeah.
You made the story. I just play it out, man. All right, so you get a phone call, and it is Kat Denning. Not that Kat Denning, another one. This is the rather rotund office lady who makes sure everybody's birthday is remembered. She's calling you.
Okay. So I answer it and, very politely say hello.
Hello. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. Are you sitting down? Are you sitting down, Adriana? Got to tell you something.
What's going on?
Well, apparently yesterday, Dr. Singh and his family were in a terrible car accident.
Oh no, that is terrible.
Yeah, unfortunately, nobody survived it, so things are kind of a mess here. We're going to try to get a temporary chief in, but gosh, it's just a terrible.
She sounds so fake.
Everyone has had that woman in the office, I'm certain.
Yes.
The fake one that's like, oh, it's so terrible. I hope I get his office.
As soon as I hang up the phone, I'm gonna go, run through his desk and see what I can take.
Exactly.
Sorry, yes, I used to work with an office full of those. Well, Wildcat, yeah, that's that is definitely that's horrible to hear. How is everyone else taking the news?
Well, I mean, we are just all a flutter here, and I know you work night shift, so I didn't want you to be surprised when you came in.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate the phone call. Is there anything that anybody there needs from me at the moment?
No, not right now, but I just want, like I said, I was told to give you the heads up.
Okay.
The assistant director told me to.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. If there's anything that you need before I come in, just let me know. Okay.
All right.
All right. And then I hang up, say goodbye and hang up the phone.
Okay.
By the way, quote unquote accident. I know better.
Oh yeah.
quote unquote accident.
So I'm assuming I'm back down in the laboratory whenever I got
Oh, yeah.
the call. So I just kind of stand there for a second and just kind of shake my head, thinking, kind of what Creed just said. Yeah, accident, sure. And wondering if all the material that he had, if he had given it to me, if there's anything else at the office.
It's hard to
And
tell. You actually have to go to his office and check.
Yeah, I know. And so I look over at Zach, and because I'm assuming Zach's there with me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I?
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm
I don't
assuming
know.
you
Are
are,
you?
unless you. Do you not want to be Zach?
I'll,
You can be somewhere else. I don't mind.
I'll just walk in now. Like, hey, what's going on?
He brings you up to speed.
Yeah. So yeah, I tell you, my boss, and his whole family was killed in a car accident last night.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't think that is kind of a coincidence, isn't it?
I don't think it is.
I don't either. I don't either. All right. So I don't know. I guess we need to compare the blood samples from the information that. Well, no, I just have the reports, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just have the. We need to get the blood samples that were taken and that were left in Dr. Singh's lab.
Okay.
But I don't want to. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I think it was too quickly after the events that happened yesterday.
Very well.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the CDC. I've got to pick up my car anyways because I left it there in the parking lot.
Okay. Are you
Um,
taking anyone
and
with
go. Zach, do you want to go with, or do you want to stay here and continue looking at the results to see what we can figure out and do some more research?
I think I will go with you, just in case there's something that's been altered to your car in some way.
Okay.
I think. Wait, sorry. Creed and Christoph are here too?
No, they're not.
No.
They're at Christoph's place.
Okay, right. Yes, we will go to your car.
Okay.
And we will collect these results. I might go ahead and get a weapon or two as a precaution.
Okay. The Chantry has like a few weapons. I mean, mostly. They have a couple of 9mm that you can take. Or you could just go down to your local Walmart and purchase one.
That's true.
Zach is not an American citizen. He cannot purchase a firearm.
Like they asked. Anyway.
That's true.
Well, he's going to use a sword umbrella because it's conveniently enclosed in an everyday thing. He's going to take that, and he's also just going to take a sidearm underneath his jacket. Would the Chantry have, out of question, would the Chantry have like fake gun licenses they could use?
Yes, they do.
Okay, he takes
And
one of
actually, in Georgia, it is illegal to carry a blade open over 5 inches.
But you can carry a gun around.
Let me check. Any purpose? Yeah. You can pursuant to Georgia Code 1611-126, any person who is not prohibited by law from possessing a handgun or long gun may either carry it on his or her person or a long gun in his or her vehicle or property. Home, motor vehicle, place of business without a valid weapons carry license.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Hooray for the South. Ugh, those words just taste awful. Ugh.
Hey man, it is the land that bore me and will one day rob precious. So.
Hey, your country used to belong to the Mexican Empire. Shush.
I'm from North Carolina originally. And yes, Texas did
Still
belong
belongs
to them.
As did California. But anyway.
And it also belonged to the Aztec Empire, but since we're not.
Anyway, right, yes. Zach is going to take a blade that is concealed inside an umbrella and a sidearm.
Okay, excellent.
Are they specialized bullets, in case they come across a vampire?
No. The prince of the city, they're generally, the prince and her ghouls are pretty much the only ones allowed to own incendiary firearms.
Very well.
Yeah, the vampires, they're like, shoot me with a 9mm all I want. Incendiary shit, fuck you.
Very well. Well, Alex is armed, and he's got 1 dot in firearms and 2 dots in melee, so yeah, he's fine.
All right, so you guys make it to the CDC parking garage. And there is Adriana's automobile. What do you do?
Use our specs.
You don't sense any noises out of the do you inspect the vehicle itself?
Yeah, I'm gonna inspect the vehicle just because of the way everything went down.
All right, roll perception plus awareness.
Okay, what's the difficulty?
The difficulty would be 7. All right.
All right.
You do not want to. Okay. There is under the driver's side. Under the driver's side, someone has placed a small amount of C4 and what looks to be a pressure switch of some sort.
All right, so I'm just going to back away very slowly. So, and go back over and tell Zach, just as what I had feared, my car it's rigged with C4. Yeah. So the question is, are the samples even still here? What do do we need to go find out?
Hmm.
Do you have any suggestions?
I'm trying to think. Out of character, I'm thinking for Zach, he would get in contact with someone he knows back in the UK that is already a qualified scientist and who might actually also know someone in the CDC, and they can get the information for him without them having to go into the CDC laboratory.
Actually, I just had a good thought out of character.
Mm-hmm.
So as Zach and I were sitting in the car, it's one of those light bulb moments. Why don't I call Fester?
Good idea.
Because whenever the couple times that he's been there for us. I mean, he's that's his thing, is with being with stealthy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him. What do you think, Zach? That way, neither one of us has to go in.
That's probably a good idea. However, we'll have to make sure he sticks to the shirt. It's a she, isn't it? Is Feste.
Fester, it's really hard to tell.
Them.
Nosferatu are generally lumpy and weird looking with rat-like teeth. That could be a tumor under his shirt. It could be a breast. It's hard to tell.
We'll have to make sure that they stick to the shadows. They probably know that already, but as a precaution thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I tell you what, let's leave here for the moment, and let's go by to a nearby coffee shop.
Because that nerve goes wrong.
Do what?
Nothing.
Oh. And while we're leaving the parking garage, I grab my phone and call over to Fester.
All right, you call Fester. He answers. Hey, how can I help you?
Hey, Fester. I need to see if you can do something for me.
What can I do you for?
I need you to go and visit one of my labs in the CDC and see if there is still some information available, or if it's gone.
Alrighty, just text me the name, and I'll have my buddy Carrie. She'll go in there.
Okay. And that's not a problem. I'll send you the information. What we need is there's going to be, and I'll send this to you, is the information is for the blood samples. Sorry.
All right, no problem.
All right.
I'll get Carrie in there. She's already in the basement there, so she'll go.
Okay. And on that, at a character note, I need to take another phone quick.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So I'm sending him the text message while I'm doing that.
Excellent.
Shall we just say we're
Okay.
heading back to the Chantry then?
All right. So you had Zach contact your friend back in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, what time is it right there right now, Josh?
It is 1 a.m.
All right, you call. What the hell? Are you drunk? Why are you calling me, Zach?
Look, listen, I know it's rather late there, but we're both students. We were students. Pick yourself together, man.
I have a
Anyway,
fucking job, man. I have to be up in the morning.
well, it's already the morning, isn't it? Anyway, listen. I want some help.
Okay, what do you need? I mean, do you need a lawyer? Did the Americans shoot you? What's going on?
No, I don't need a solicitor, thank you. And no, I have not yet been shot. Still counting my graces there. No, what I would like is some information regarding the CDC, if with your friends in the labs there.
Yeah. I think I got someone. I'll let you know. I'll call you back at a decent time.
Yeah.
And I'll give you my contact's information. All right?
Yes. And by the way, don't try to lie to me again. I know you were drunk.
Well, yes, I was drunk, but I also have work in the morning.
Well,
You know, you stop off for a pint or 12. And it happened.
No, it's not my fault, is it? You should have been back for work in the morning a lot earlier, shouldn't you?
Okay. All right. Whew. All right. So, Caroline,
Yes.
you receive a dozen red roses.
Is there a card on it?
Yes, there is. It's from Jim.
Nice. What does it say?
The note says, Barty is actually really happy you stopped some of the transfers. It's the creepiest thing ever. I hate when he smiles. And he's like, so, but we have had a blood hunt called on Juan Cali. So if you know anybody who wants to get away with diablerie, tonight's the night.
All right, noted.
All right, so that was the note. You have these fantastic red roses, and you have a couple of text messages from Barty himself.
Oh, well, what did they say?
Good job. Seems you just can't quit working for me. Heart, smiley face.
Okay.
She laughs and sends him a message back that says, "You're going to be working for me."
He responds, "That'll be the day."
She will send him back, "It may come sooner than you think," and then like winky face.
Wow, I love how it's like almost an Ayn Rand style love story going on there. All right. So, yeah, Zach and Adriana.
Yes.
Next thing you know, a sort of chipper-looking young intern, looks almost like Kristoff, comes bopping over, wearing like bright tie-dye shoes and a CDC badge. Hi there, I'm Carrie.
Hello.
He's got a bag full of stuff.
Just stuff. Just stuff.
Y'all wanted some takeout? He's also got a cooler in one hand. Takeout?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
His eyes are really big.
It's like you're trying to come up with a brother for him.
That's Zachary is just going to put his umbrella in front of him to make sure there is a good amount of distance.
He looks one way, he looks the other, shapeshifts into probably just imagine a fairly it's definitely female Nosferatu, as she drops Auspex, and she's holding the bag and saying, "Come the fuck on, take the goddamn shit. I look like I have all night to stand around here and play the asshole shuffle with you, Mr. Hayden."
No, it's just you look like Kristoff. That's all. That frightens me.
I can understand that, but I think he's kind of dreamy.
He does have quite a few in appearance.
Well, if ever you want to hook up with him, I will be more than happy to arrange that for you.
If you can get me his number, I'd be immensely appreciative.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all.
She smiles. Her mouth looks like a sort of graveyard of sharpened stones.
How about I give him your number? He currently doesn't have a phone yet.
Oh, that poor thing doesn't have a phone. Well, here's one. She pulls one out of her purse. It's only got a few bloody thumbprints on it.
Oh my god.
Oh, just wipe it off. That poor bastard. He was trying to call the police when I got him. But it's fine. It's fine.
It's a good job, Zach, is wearing gloves. Thank you very much. We'll take this stuff and I'll pass on them. Is there any message you'd like me to pass on to Christoph?
Oh, God.
Tell him Carrie would like to have a date with
Straightforward.
I will really. I am right out of character right now. I am smiling very widely.
Oh dear lord.
Zach, I will certainly deliver that message. I have known he will be absolutely ecstatic about this.
Yay!
You have a very good evening, Miss Carrie, and I will see you, hopefully, with Christoph at some point.
Oh. She vanishes. You kind of have to be super forward when your appearance is 0. So...
That's true. That's very true.
Something tells me Zach isn't going to be quite as satisfied as he thinks he is going to be.
Oh, he will not be satisfied because I know what I'm gonna be doing if like Creed is there while being told this information.
So I take it that we got the stuff from the lab.
You did.
Oh.
You
Yeah.
did. Carrie came up looking like Christoph. So it was Christoph in tie-dye tennis shoes, though.
Oh, that's awesome.
Zach got dates between Carrie and Zach and Christoph as well.
Yes, I came back for that one. Yes.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so all of you get a text message telling you to come to Elysium now.
Except Christoph.
Great.
Well, Christoph, since it's known that Creed is staying with him, Christoph gets the invite too.
Yay.
You're there like a package.
he gets like snail mail.
Right, so we've got this. Zach and Adriana's got the stuff. It's going in back of the car. Oh, damn it! Zach forgot to mention to Carrie about the bomb.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? We can retcon that. You mentioned it about the.
Very well. Right, so they put the stuff in the car and head off to the Elysium.
All right, the prince. She is. She actually greets you personally. This is the first time she's ever actually spoken to any of you. She's a tall African American woman. She's a Ventru and looks every inch of it. I mean, perfectly tailored black suit. Caroline, you're kind of having a fangirl moment because this is what
Right.
the Ventru live for.
I'm gonna be stereotypical here. Like, do we have a stereotypical moment here? Creed looks at her and just like, "You're not gonna get along," just because of the race thing.
Yeah, she raises one eyebrow at him. And she speaks with a Caribbean accent. She's like, "That remains to be seen."
That is not how you speak to royalty, Creed. Learn some etiquette.
Okay, fine. You and I will get along, ma'am. Your Highness. Better? He just like looks around. It's like, I don't know what royalty is. I'm sorry.
She laughs, and she's like, "You are here for a good reason, all of you. I'm going to grant you all a boon for having rid the city of Juan Cali and his pack.
Hmm.
Your investigation enabled us to bring charges against him, and he has been delivered to me.
We are glad to be of service.
He just throws 2 thumbs up.
Nice. All right,
Kristoff
each one
is
of you
being
now
humble
has a
about it.
major boon from the prince.
Ooh.
Okay.
So note this somewhere. This can be your get out of jail free card if you're ever in trouble with the vampires.
That is my
Neat.
note. I'm putting that in my notes.
One boon. B-O-O-N.
Boon.
Prince boon.
Major boon. It's very important to put that.
Major Prince
Major
boon.
Yes.
boon with Prince. Okay, awesome.
Neat.
No, actually, I'm gonna put that all in caps.
Sure, you can. However you note it down, that's how you. All right, you all. I need to go eat. So thank you very much for playing.
Wait. Before you go, sorry. Zach is just, after all the stuff with the prince has been done, prince has gone, whatever. Zach is going to go over to Kristoff and say, here's a new boon for you. I've got you a date.
Kind of is looking at the phone at first. Why is there blood on it? What?
Kurt takes the
Oh, you could've
phone and it's just like, okay, we'll sterilize this first, and then you can go on whatever date thing
Yeah, well,
you
you-
go to.
But you have a date. She wrote it down.
Well,
I hope
I'm
that-
into boys, but okay.
Kree kind of
Yes,
lines up like, what?
Yeah, just be nice to her. She likes you very much.
I mean, I'll certainly see her, but I would like to let her know that the bit of a gender barrier there.
You do that. That is up to you. Yeah. I'm going now.
All right. Wow. Next time we're going to start out with Kristoff's date.
He's got so much going on right now.
Stay tuned, folks. Next week, Kristoff and Carrie go on a date.
Where are they going to go? I mean, she can't be seen in public. She's a walking masquerade.
I would say the park, but that's a terrible idea.
That's a horrible idea.
She can use
How
a
about-
mask.
Yeah, she can use Mask of a Thousand Faces, and she'll appear as a fairly attractive young man.
Yeah, there you go. See?
At least until, she turns it off.
That would be very uncomfortable, actually.
Woo,
I
cool.
didn't
All right,
know.
everybody gets 3 experience because it was just an absolutely fantastic game you guys did.
Oh, I have 13
All right.
experience.
By the way, check Discord, like the main server.
Okay. Yes, I did. The Adventures of Creed and Christ. I love that. Oh my god.
Did you draw that while we were doing this?
Yeah, I literally drew it basically like after our thing. I was listening and just drawing.
Could you just, could I ask you to draw one of me and Krista?
I could.
Him handing him the phone. That's your date.
I'll just throwing him to hug the laboratory lady. I feel sorry for her. My character doesn't care, but I feel sorry for her.
I feel no sympathy for her just because of the fact that she was like, for some reason, I feel like how blunt she was not great. So
want to make sure Creed hugs them more. Not Creed, Kristoff.
Oh, you mean Rourke, the Tremere lab slave? Yes.
Poor lab slave.
Lab slave.
By the way, how do I put points and stuff?
Okay, that is a good question. Let
Yeah.
me drag up my PDF.
Yeah, I need to know too because I would like that.
What are you trying to raise?
Honestly, appearance.
Oh, so Kristoff needs to be prettier.
I was
Got
actually
it.
no, actually I was gonna do that too because he realized how great looking he was, so he needs a little more. Hey, it'll help with feeding too. So
Well, I originally wanted to give him 4 because that sounded about right, but I didn't have enough points in that section.
All right, if anybody else wants to raise something, please let me know.
Yeah, I was thinking of raising something. I might raise something physical.
by the way, I love how Creed and Kristoff are both equally attractive.
Yes. In different ways, but yes.
They're equally
Very
attractive.
different ways.
Very, very different ways, but they're equally attractive.
All right, so what your attribute you want to raise is appearance, right? And its
Yes.
current rating is what?
It's 3.
Same.
All right, you need 12 points for that.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
nerdy.
all my points.
Yeah, sorry.
I've only got 7
You know
right
what?
now.
You know. How about dexterity? Because I think strength would be a little more important now that I think about it, anyways.
All right, that would only cost you 4.
Okay, I'm doing that.
Strength is 4.
Well, what is your current strength rating?
2.
2.
One,
Oh,
I'm
two.
sorry.
yours is 2? Or no, I mean, what was it before you raised it?
1.
1. So, yeah, I was right. So, it's 4 points.
Okay.
And, Zach, you wanted to raise something?
Yeah, I wanted to raise strength.
And
I'm
what is
not
your
grappling
current rating?
very well. It's
You
currently 2.
need that.
It's currently 2. That will require 8.
Okay,
No,
that's
fuck it,
fine.
no experience points because I'm going to go ahead and do that too. Need that strength since I have brawl.
All right, somebody's deciding to step up and be more Bruja. Yeah.
I wanted him to be a different kind of Bruja, and I was like, that's not happening. Once you hear Bruja, there's bound to be a fight.
You can be incredibly charming and then punch the crap out of someone.
Hey, he is.
All right, so does anybody else need to raise anything?
I was thinking about either medicine or computer, which both have 2 in
All
them.
right. You could raise medicine to 3 for 4 points. And yeah, for each one would be 4 points. So you could do both.
Actually, could I also rate, because now Zach's got firearm, I'm going to raise the firearm skill as well. It's currently on 1 point.
Okay, so that's just 2 points.
Oh, good. Yay. And I've got 4 more points left.
Okay. Yep. So I took 1 in computer and medicine.
Okay. Well, cool.
Ooh, could I put 1 in politics? There is currently nothing in there.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Let's see. New ability is 3 points.
Let's see.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Let's
then
see.
I'll do that because I was
can
thinking
do that.
about it.
And that means I only have 1 point left. Yay.
I'm right there with you.
All right, so you guys are upgrading and hopefully having fun with this. I know I'm enjoying running this.
Oh, I absolutely adore it.
And of course, I look forward to Kayu's webcomic of the adventures of Creed and Kristoff.
One day I will actually do it. I'm not even gonna lie.
I want to know what's going to happen for this date next week.
I gotta plan it out. I gotta figure out. I gotta sit down and ask, where would Carrie go with Kristoff?
Now, wait a sec. Ahead of time, can we have Creed spying on them?
You know what? You absolutely can do the creepy boyfriend thing.
Creepy secret boyfriend thing. There you go.
It's more him just like, I want to see how this goes. when he's on a date, I want to know how this is. How
And of
about
course,
watch
the
this?
interesting thing is, Kristoff is going to see something different than Creed sees, because Mask of a Thousand Faces just shows you what you expect.
That's true. That is very, very true. He's gonna expect really bad.
Kristoff always expects the best.
I know. That's what makes this fun.
No, that's what makes it a great
That's such a
duo.
blind date.
What'd you
That's what
say?
makes this a great duo, though, because like Creed sees the best, while Kristoff sees the best, and Creed sees the worst. That's perfect.
All right, y'all. Thank you very much for playing, and I appreciate your time. So,
Well,
I will
No,
see
thank
y'all
you.
next.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Night.
Good night.